Upstate New York has had really weird and confusing weather for the past, I don't know, all year. It's been a really weird mess. We have had no real snowstorms and these like multiple false starts to spring. So it's really given me the itch to go and try to do something with my Miata. And as you can see, I ripped the whole front end off of it. And I need to get this done ASAP because I can feel that the spring weather's coming. It's almost 70 degrees today, which is so weird for it being mid-March. So yeah, we're going to go and start working on the projects. And the first project is going to be fixing these headlights. They're terrible. They're in awful shape. I tried to sand them down, and I only like half-assed the sanding portion of it last time, which was something like 3 or 4 years ago. More like 4 years ago now. And then did a really cheap spray paint clear coat over it, which did not help the situation at all. So I'm thinking that we're actually going to go and attack it with a real sander and go through the grits and get all that oxidation off and make them beautiful. Then I'm going to buy a 2K clear coat and spray the shit out of it. Another thing we got to do is fix the bumper there. Yeah, so the bumper, that bumper, I hit a deer with it a while ago. You can see actually there's a dent right there and right there, and also a broken tab to the headlight right there. But it did do some damage. It messed up the bumper pretty good, so I repainted it with like an aluminum colored spray paint that didn't match the Miata spray paint at all. So we're gonna go and look for another spray paint color. But let's bring these headlights down and start, preparing to sand them. So just a quick look at these headlights. Yeah, that paint job, I don't know. I didn't sand enough, and these like little spider web crack things came through this entire paint job. So yeah, I didn't do a very good job last time, and I also didn't have an actual sander. So hopefully I can get it down nice past this oxidation and whatever damage to the plastic and get it to good plastic, maybe? I don't know. I watched a Chris Fix video like 5 years ago. So I'm hoping that my memory of this will just be enough for me to proceed with this. It does stand up pretty well, which is nice. I got this really cheap Hyper Tough sander from Walmart that I bought just because I was stupid enough to buy something so cheap. But it works. It does its job. It does exactly what it needs to do. It hasn't let me down yet, but I haven't really used it. I actually bought it specifically for this project about 3 years ago when I bought all the other supplies for it. So I bought this, and I also bought just a shit ton of sanding paper for it. Everything from 40 grit all the way to, I don't even know, what is it? What's the highest grit I got? Like 800? I don't know. 600, yeah, 800 is what we got. I don't know where to start. I don't want to do too much damage to this, so I'm definitely not going to start with 80 grit. I think that would be a mistake. Or 40 grit. Wow, there's 40 grit in here. Okay. I'm thinking I'm going to start more with like maybe, I don't know, 240. Yell at your screens if you think that's wrong. It's not going to help anything, but I'm going to try it. Also, I was thinking maybe this should be like wet sanded also, but I'm not going to. So let's just hop into sanding it and see what happens. Okay, so you can see I went through, and now I just wrote on it with a pencil real quick. It's like a guide coat because I saw that graphite powder is used. So I'm using this kind of like, now I know where I'm going to sand. I'm still with the 240 grit. I'm gonna go over it again. I'm gonna do it 3 times. I'm gonna do 3. I'm gonna go throw away the sander. So this got kind of gunked up, and these are very cheap, so they lose their grit really fast. So I'm just gonna go with, go over it once, replace it, go over it once, replace it, 3 times for each, using a pencil as a guide coat. clean it up real well, and then we'll move on to 320. And I'm just gonna go over it, do it 3 times there. I don't know, or maybe not 3 times. Who knows? I'm gonna get lazy during this whole thing. During the middle of this, you will be aware of how I half-ass this. Okay, so I've done 3 240s, 2 600s, and this is my second 800, and I've been using water for the 6 and 800 grit. And here we are. I did my last little bit with 800 grit, wet sanding by hand. There's some places where there was a lot of scratches from the sander, so I got those out. It looks a lot better when you pour water on it. It's very shiny. But just to go and show you the comparison of, you know, the discoloration, this is mostly one color. It's mostly like just, you know, frosted plastic. This is what the other one looks like. Quite a bit different. The yellow is all gone on this one. And I think that I can go and get this looking really, really nice. I don't have anything more than 800 grit though. Could have swore I bought it, but I can't find it in this hellhole of a place I have here. So I'm going to try some cutting compound from 2006. I think I used this on a 1992 Celica in about 2005. So who knows? So pretty old stuff. I'm pretty sure it's still good, and we're going to apply this with a moist towel, soft towel, and that will, for cutting, it should help this look better. I went over it 3 times, and I gotta say, I think this is a good base for whatever clear coat it is. It's not perfect by any means. It's not brand new, but it's way the hell better than it ever was. I think I never got it this nice before. This right here, it's a little dull still because it's not, it's not like perfectly polished. But I think the clear coat should, make this look really good, really shine it up. I'm super happy with it. So let's just, again, last comparison, and then I'm just going to jump right into this. I'm not going to record any of it, but that's what it looked like, and this is what it is now. I am super happy with it. It's really worked out very well. One thing I wish I did was actually clean the outside of these, because these are gross. These are disgusting. These are just covered in dirt and dust. So maybe I should wash these after I get them, once they're ready for the clear coat, which I have not ordered yet. Maybe I can get it around here, not sure. But yeah, this is nice. So I'm gonna take a picture of this because I'm gonna put it on my Instagram. Soup tits. Hey, look at that. Self-promotion. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. But that's a really good comparison, I think. And I don't know. I don't know if this could have gone any better. I was not motivated to do this at all this morning or this afternoon when I was thinking about it during work. And now I am just super excited. I can't wait to start painting the bumper too. We're just going to do all this shit, get it done with. So let's go. So it's the next day. I've gone through my whole work day waiting for this moment to start working on these. I finished both of them. This is the first one here. Looks pretty good. I did the cutting compound and thought, hey, that looks pretty good. Maybe I should just, stop there and I'll go and get the clear coat. And then off camera, I did this one right here, which isn't as good. I think it has a lot more scratches in it. I wasn't as thorough. So I think I'm going to go back and do the second one over just a little bit better, get some of the deeper scratches out, and also, one day shipping or next day shipping on Amazon. I know they're a terrible company. I know they're awful in a lot of ways, but I got sanding blocks, everything from 320 grit up to 2500 grit. I ordered that last night with the clear coat on these, and now they're here. So the clear coat's going to be a few days, and why not get these as nice as possible? So I'm really shooting to get this other one as good as this one right here. The scratches are very, very tiny. So now it's kind of attacking that. So I'm going to go back down to 600 grit on this other one. Try to go and get, try to go and get it consistent. Go back to 800, and then we'll attack both of these with this grit. So here we are. They look really good. They're all ready for our clear coat, which I have here. We're going to use this 2K clear for these. I think they turn out really well. They're not perfect. I don't think they'll ever be perfect. And this is about as much effort as I want to put into these. But it doesn't really matter too much if you have really nice headlights if your bumper looks like crap. So this is our next step, is to go and repaint the bumper. So let me go and get this bumper, and we'll look at what we're going to do next. Oh, fuck. Jesus. Oh. Okay, so here's the bumper. It looks terrible. I did draw all over it. I tried to go and scan it to make a front lip. It did work, and it's going to look really, really great. So this is not the first time I've painted this bumper. This is actually the third time I've painted it. The first time was after I hit a deer with this car. It really messed up the paint, so I cleaned it up real well and just painted it a flat gray. And that lasted 2 or 3 years. It looked terrible, but I did it. Whatever. Then I found this aluminum colored spray paint. I probably have a version right here. This stuff, this is what I used here, and then I did a cheap clear coat. That clear coat obviously did not last very well. It turned out like crap. I really hate how it looks. So this is not the way to do it. So I'm trying to go and find a color that is closer to what the original Miata silver is. I can't remember for the life of me what it's called. But what I did do is I went to all my local home improvement stores and found 3 paints that I really hoped would work for us here. So I have this Rust-Oleum titanium silver. That's number 1. And then I have this Rust-Oleum high heat ultra finish here, and then I bought this metallic aluminum, which is very similar to what I had on it before. And I tried to make little test pieces here. These are just pieces of bottle that I spray painted. And I found out that the high heat stuff, this stuff right here, looks the best. So this is this here. This right here matches the color pretty well, and then this one right here doesn't match at all, so not going to go and work for us. These are with clear coat, so I did find some generic gloss clear coat to put over it to make sure that looked right, but this metallic is the one that is the closest to what the Miata looks like, so hopefully this should be a great improvement. Now that we have a game plan, at least, with this, we know what we got to do now. We got to go and sand this down. We got to prepare it. I got a bunch of high build primer I got at a store called Ollie's. I don't know if it's around the country, but Ollie's, they buy the stock of stores that have closed down. So I got this giant thing of high build primer for $2. I got like 4 cans of it here, and we're gonna sand this down real nice. Finally using power tools. It's going to be really good to go and get this all knocked down. I got to make sure to get some of the crevices that I didn't before. Like here, I never sanded, so the paint didn't stick, and that was the first place it started coming off. So I'm going to be a little bit more deliberate with my sanding. I got to take the logo off, and we're just going to attack it. So let's do a time lapse. Well, that was a lot messier than I was expecting it to be, and you can probably see that this isn't sanded that well because it still has all the X's on it. I'm trying my best here, but you really can't get the sander in here, and I don't care that much. You know, like if it looks good like here for the most part, then it should be just fine. But it is sanded all the way around. So I'm gonna go and take this. I'm going to ratchet strap it or tie it to an old ladder I have, and we'll hose it down, get it real nice, use some type of degreaser. There's a lot of gunk and stuff all over it, but we'll make it work. We'll tape some stuff off, and maybe we'll even get a coat of primer on this tonight. Okay, so we have the bumper in here, and it's good enough. There's some places where I really should sand, and I'm gonna kick myself later for not doing that. But I don't want to. So let's just move right on to spraying with the high build primer. We'll attack that, put maybe 2 coats on, take a look at it, and then probably tomorrow we'll do another once over with the sander, well, hand sanding this time, and we should be near color, because that right there was enough. And my entire face is covered in dust, and it's terrible, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die. Okay, so I'm not gonna show you what I did, but I got a bunch of runs, and I laid it down way too heavy, way too fast. But that's fine, because we're going to let it dry for like an hour, and then we're gonna take 320 grit sandpaper and just attack it. And it probably means that I'm gonna have to paint this tomorrow. I think it needs 4 hours to cure after that first hour. So, oh well, that's fine. It is really bad in there. The air quality is terrible. I try to make it fast, but I'm spinning a little bit. So I'm just going to let that cure for a while. I know where the drips are. I remember where they are. And that high build primer really does fill in everything. So we'll sand it down real nice. Also, we'll use some spot putty in a few different places that just need it. And I think we should be pretty good to get this thing painted tomorrow. So I'm impatient. I didn't really record anything. But this is the first coat of this silver. Blotchy, not perfect, but I just wanted to get a coating on here. I did so much body work, like little spots and everything all over the front of this last night. And then, you know, filled it all with glazing and spot putty right there. Clean the whole thing off with isopropyl alcohol and everything. Let the thing sit, and now we got one coat. So I'm probably going to use that entire can on this, which will be just fine. And once that is all perfectly dry, then we can get that clear coat on. And that clear coat we can also put on the headlights. But I think this is pretty nice. I think this is going to work out. I hope it looks better than the old stuff that I put on it. Okay, so this is pretty much a whole can. So you can go and see right there, there's a little bit of a dent in the plastic. It's not perfect, but it is coated very well. With this, the air quality is terrible in here. I'm dying. But yeah, it does have a nice sheen to it. Not exactly what they're talking about, but yeah, I gotta not touch it. Okay, so the problems. One, when I was spraying it using one of those handle things, it catches a little bit of the paint and then it dripped. So it dripped right there, so not exactly awesome. And also it dripped right here, and also you can see where the run is. I didn't get the run out. I thought I did, but I was very tired last night and didn't have very good lighting, so oopsie daisy. But otherwise, I think it looks okay. Definitely not perfect, but with a clear coat, it should be just fine. So we're gonna go and do a clear coat on this and also the headlights all at the same time. That's gonna be the next goal. So I don't know. In about 2 hours, we'll get back out here. We'll clean off the headlights with some isopropyl alcohol because I've touched them a bunch since we last cleaned them. And then we're going to go and lay on that clear coat. So I got a mask. I got the 2-part clear coat. I got the headlights and the bumper. Probably should wait at least like 24 hours maybe for the bumper to cure, but I can touch it with it being just fine. But we're just going to go for it because why not? So I'm going to take two of these paper towels, clean off the headlights. They are covered in dust from being in the basement there where I sanded. So I'm just going to go and take some alcohol, clean those up real quick. Then I'm going to use another one and just kind of wipe off the dust. This has a lot of overspray on it, so we're just going to go for it. Hopefully it won't mess up anything. Let's take this. We're just going to go and just wipe. Yeah, that's not hurting anything. Okay, I kind of left some marks doing this, so probably was a mistake. Well, I think I got some of the dust off, and that just makes me feel a little bit better about it. So I'm actually going to use a mask this time. Very important. This stuff is supposedly very, very terrible for you. It's that 2K clear. So I have this. Is it enough for this? Who knows? Okay, so this needs to be shaken for 2 minutes. So we're going to shake it for 2 minutes. We're going to pop the bottom with a little top and then shake for another 2 minutes. And then we're going to tap this. So let's go into a time lapse. It's bad in here, and I think I used a can and a half. Okay, let's open this up real quick. Oh, it's rough in here. It's bad. I think it turned out pretty good. I think so. I kind of want to lay more on, but I wanted to go take a break for a second so I can actually breathe. So these are nice and shiny and clear and beautiful now. I am very happy with how that turned out. Maybe another coat on those, but I don't know if you can see the reflection. I think I hit it pretty well. Look at that. Yeah, is it perfect? No, but by no means. But you're mostly going to see it from like this angle up here. I made sure to get this lip real nice. But yeah. Oh, I think we got a drip right there, but that's fine. I'm not too upset by that at all. Okay, well, it's cleared out a little bit. Got this cross breeze in here. Probably not great for the headlights to be down there because they're going to go and catch all the shit that just kind of comes in from under the garage door. But that's fine. I just wanted to clear it out a little bit. I'm going to close it now. And we're just going to let this sit. I don't think I'm going to do any more. I'm not going to try anything else. I think I have pushed my luck. I did a good enough job. This is the best paint job I've ever done in this garage, at least, other than the orange fender on my Miata. So I think it's pretty good. Let's circle back in a day when it's all dry, and I'll probably have done something in between now and then, like fuck up the paint somehow. So we'll see. Let's go and see what future me does. So here we are. I don't fully remember where we left off, but I do remember that we were painting a bumper. Well, that bumper has been painted. It's been painted for a while now. It's been about a week. And I gotta say, I got so excited seeing the final product that I just had to jump right into it and throw it on the car. I was going to record it, but it's just too much of a pain in the ass. It's kind of funny now looking back at all the videos. It's been a month and a half of this project just going on and on. I got sick a few times in there, some health issues and a lot of work. But we're here now, and I'm very excited to show you the final product. So here it is, with a little bit of an addition that we can talk about in a little bit.